Hi, I'm Tom Ray from Lorenzo's Music, and this is another Lorenzo's Music podcast. On this show, I talk with musicians and people who create things for musicians, and I just learn more about them. And today, I am speaking to one of those musicians who is actually based very close to where I live. So why don't you tell the people who you are and what it is you do?
I'm Mr. StepDaddyMone. I am a hip hop artist. I love hip hop, rap, poetry, and I also create music, make music. So I guess you can say uh, I'll just put a musician, maybe. You
Yeah,
know, yeah.
I would put that. And also, I mean, I would add to that, and then we'll get into this, but a video maker too, because a lot of your music is based or basically created and released as videos. So we'll get into that in a second too. Now, as I was saying before, you're located very close to me, and we actually have met each other over the years and have done some collaborations together, not for music, but we've done collaborations together for
Right.
YouTube channels. And you're located in Milwaukee. How long have you lived there?
All my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Born and
All right.
raised in Milwaukee. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And right over here in Madison, that's born and raised here. It's one of those things where it's like, I bet you we both had dreams of like going somewhere warm or somewhere nice. And
Oh
here
yeah.
we sit.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Because you notice 8 months of winter. Little 3 months of summer is not cool. You know,
I know. I agree.
hmm
Right now, we're in that point where we're waiting for it. Like it's spring, but it's kind of not. And then it teases spring, but then it doesn't anymore.
right. It don't even. It's not even the same no more. It used to be kind of warm and yeah, it's
I know.
weird point right now till we get to like mid-May.
Exactly. Now, when you started making music, when did you start doing that? Like, how old were you?
Uh, I started as a junior in high school. That was around like 90, 92, 93. So I was into the hip hop culture. Uh, that's where I got the name
Mm,
Stepdaddy. Uh, I was kind of more mature than my peers, so they always said I act like a dad. So that's where I got the name from. Uh,
okay.
but yeah, I started in '93.
All right. And what kind of stuff were you using to make music? I mean, in 93, I guess there was multi track technology, like you had 4-track cassettes, machines that you could use, or there were ways to sample, there were keyboards, instruments. Like, what were you using to make music back
Oh,
then?
okay, yeah, '93. I wasn't. Uh, that's actually when I started just rapping. I
Gotcha.
mean, just
Okay.
rapping and getting serious. And
Mm-hmm.
then I met a buddy, a friend of mine. He had a DR5. I don't know if you know a DR5 beat machine,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
DR5, but yeah, he had the DR5, and he showed me how to use it. Now, I was always kind of musically inclined. I played trombone for 8 years. I
Really?
played in a jazz band, so I
Okay.
know how to read notes and all that good stuff. I just didn't utilize it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he showed me DR5, and yeah, that's when I just fell in love with making music,
Yeah.
and then trying to develop my style of rap. And yeah,
Okay. Well, how would you I mean, I know you were saying it was the love of hip hop and all that kind of stuff that um, uh, inspired you musically, and that's the type of music you were making. But the music you're making now, like say present day, how would you describe it? Because everything has to have a specific genre. There is no just rock and roll and hip hop and like everything's a crossover, everything's a subgenre. So I'm curious, what would you say your genre is? Because I kind of have a
uh,
thought on that.
well, as far as with my group, I just think they're just straight up. Uh, if it was just hip
Mm-hmm.
hop, not no drill, not no, those other. It's just straight hip hop.
Yeah.
A message to it. Sometime positive, but sometime it's a competition between each of my members. We have a
Mm-hmm.
competition with ourselves trying to outdo each other in a rhyme scheme.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
so
And
hip
when you
hop
say,
and me, because I consider myself a solo, I got some solo projects I want to do. So
yeah,
me, I'm more of a laid back, smooth, so sort of like a neo soul rap.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, it's more laid back and more. I just base my style on relationships I went through with women,
Yeah.
and I got a lot of stories to tell and stuff. So
Hmm. I would agree with that. Now, when you said, I do only kind of know you as from what I know of your music as solo stuff. So you said with your group. Now, who would the group be? Is that the MWS?
yeah, MWS,
Okay.
Midwest West. We started back in '95,
Okay.
so we've been a collective and trying to make uh, on a 4 track, trying to make music and on the tapes, cassettes, and trying to go to shows and battling rappers and all that stuff. So yeah, we finally got to the point to where we can actually go to the studio, record music, and make an album and make videos.
Yeah.
Like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, that was kind of impossible to do. You
Yeah.
know,
Now,
but
what
since
is
the
the
internet
process?
and everything, yeah, the sky's
What
the
is the
limit.
process when you guys are working on stuff? Like, what are you with a group? How is it that you guys start working on a song?
Well, we all come together and we have my buddy. He has the music, or I have a couple of tracks I made, and we
Hmm.
listen to them, and then we just come up with concepts. Or I have the concept. I'll be like, "Hey, y'all, I want y'all to rap about this on this beat," and then they
Yeah.
write to it, and then we construct the song.
Are you still doing that on a DR these days?
Uh, I'm talking about now, but
Right.
the DR
That's what I'm
probably
asking. I'm like,
was.
what's the evolution of how you're creating it? Are you doing the loops now in like say a DAW where you're making it in like say Fruity Loops or sorry, FL Studio
Yeah.
now or stuff like that?
I have a music program I use. I use Magix,
Oh,
and my
okay.
buddy use Pro Tools. So yeah, it's a it's digitized now. So
Yeah, that's what I mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I use Magix Music Maker, and
Okay.
yeah, I create my music off that.
All right.
And I
And
got a
then
little
how
MIDI keyboard.
Oh, you do? Okay, I was
Yeah,
going to ask that question too. I was curious because there are some samples on the things that you've done where I'm just like, yeah, are you doing those naturally? Are you programming them in? So you do have a MIDI keyboard that you're writing some of those things on.
yeah. Some of them notes I create myself. Some I get a little loop, some here and there, but it's mostly myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Or if I want to sample something, I sample something and loop it
Yeah.
and put the
Right.
beat behind it and
Well, let's talk
split.
about like say one of the songs. For example, I'm gonna pull up mention the song "Square Love." Tell me about the making of that song. I enjoyed that one. That was actually one of the first ones that you shared with me. The song "Square
Square
Love."
love. Yeah, that's basically about me trying to find love. I had a failed relationship and I learned from it, and I'm just trying to find this perfect woman,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna try my best to be the perfect guy. So,
Yeah.
and then they say people people who are in relationships and stuff are squares. So, so
Okay.
that's where the square love came from. So
All
I
right.
guess I don't know. It's not taboo, but you know,
Hmm.
in school, college, and stuff. Oh, look at the squares. They hold hands and all that stuff. But yeah, but that's basically just a love song in rap
Yeah.
form.
All right. And then now, did you and you wrote all that yourself? Like you were programming it and playing it and all that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. Like,
Everything
okay, what was the
right
process
myself.
of writing that?
Yeah, I was feeling some kind of way about this particular woman, and I sat down and wrote about the experience I wanted to have with her, and yeah, I came up with that Square Love.
Yeah. How long do you think you worked on that for?
Square Love didn't take me too long, about 2 weeks.
Okay. Really? All right. That's not bad. All right. And then on top of that, you've got another one. And I'm bringing these up in particular because they also have kind of a connection. So now Switcheroo is another song. And both of them, you shared the songs with me as videos. Now there's a theme that kind of connects these two videos. They have like Barbie doll type characters that feature in the video. Tell me about that. And I love the videos, they're great. And also the fact that the lyrics kind of match with it, with what's happening and the theming of those in their imagery, I guess you would say. So tell me about the making of those videos, because I mean, we're talking here and people are only learning about you, so they know nothing about the video. So explain the video and how you went about making those.
Switcheroo, yeah, that was a little fantasy I had. And since I couldn't fulfill it, well,
Yeah.
it could be fulfilled, but it wouldn't be like how I want it to be. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I came up, I wrote it. It was in my mind. I wrote it and just wrote the story. And then I'm like, you know what? I want to make a video of this. This would
Mm-hmm.
be so cool. But I couldn't find the right people, the right women that I wanted to be in the video. And a lot of people just be shy to be on video. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna use these toys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go buy some Barbie dolls and then just use them to tell my story. Since I
Yeah.
can't do it. And that's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah. And the and I'm assuming a lot of it was done with. I mean, you're talking to me on the video right now with green screen behind you, and I know with a lot of the videos you make, you do utilize green screen a lot. So I'm assuming that's what you did with these too. Now, what I loved about it was not only were you using these dolls, but you were just flat out superimposing them on like images of say Barbie mansions and Barbie cars,
Right.
like Barbie in Malibu type stuff that you were imposing it on. So you didn't go out and get those toys. You just found imagery, right?
Right. Right. Yeah. I just use images. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know if you just suddenly got this stockpile of like Barbie background toys that you had to justify owning. And so when you make those videos and you're editing them, tell me about the process of editing them, because you said you came up with the story and you wrote it out and I want to make it a video. Now, how did you translate that video from the idea into what the finished product was? What was your process for actually shooting the video? Did you storyboard it? Were you
You know what? I just, I thought about it, and the lyrics is straightforward. So yeah, it was kind of easy for me because
yeah.
yeah, I just like, okay, I'm gonna. But I had a vision of just being in some places that I'll never be able to go to, a beach house. I just wanted it to be just like a fantasy. So
Mm-hmm.
riding a night rider and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So
It did have kind of that feel. Yeah.
yeah. So I just thought about that, and with the toys and the green screen, I can utilize my fantasy. I can make it all everything I'm thinking of. I can make come true.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
What are you using for a video editor? What kind of software are you using?
Uh, to edit
Yeah.
or shoot.
Both. I
Oh,
want to know both now that you mentioned that.
yeah. I use Canon SL2 I got right now, which I
Okay.
want to do another one. I will eventually, but yeah, I got the Canons, and then I use Power Director editing
Hmm.
software, and sometimes I use Avid,
Okay.
but yeah, Avid be it's kind of rough. That's a rough one. But I had to use that in college, so
Okay.
yeah,
So that's one that you were trained on, but you don't like it, is what
right,
you're saying.
right, right,
Gotcha.
right.
All right. And so with those videos you made, the ones in particular that I mentioned, I wanted to tell you. So I don't know if you're familiar with what vaporwave is as far as a music genre, and it also involves imagery like videos and stuff. Now, vaporwave, the concept is is it's music and imagery that kind of mimics what computer technology and the future of computer technology was perceived like in the early 80s. So it's made to look a lot of pinks and purples and like things that just look like intelligent, futuristic, like statues just in the middle of nowhere and stuff like that. I'm doing a horrible example of explaining it, but I'm kind of just summarizing it. Now, with what you did with those videos, it's kind of a similar thing, only I would call it like Toy Wave with the Barbie dolls that you did and the cutout imagery and the green screen. So I just wanted to tell you that. And also for people listening, some of them might not know what vaporwave is. And then here is, you have this Toy Wave, but it's more of like, I don't want to say toy hop, but it's because it's also got that smoothness that you got to it. You've got kind of a lush sound with those particular songs that I enjoyed. So anyway, I just wanted to give my own description of what I thought of when I saw those, and they were fun. I enjoyed those a lot.
Cool.
So now, have you released anything on streaming? I know you sent me links to videos. Are you really only doing these as videos and releasing them on your YouTube channel?
That's my next step. I actually want to chart a song. I want to get something, but it's just hard working with my group and
Yeah.
People going through their different stuff and we just can't never just finish the project. But ultimately, I've been on SoundCloud, whatever, but
Right.
yeah, I want to just make a complete professional album first.
Mm-hmm.
Just complete. And then I want to try and see how other people feel about my music.
So more of like a mixtape sort of thing, and kind of put the word out there, maybe, or I don't know.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
Mixtapes, I just want to make my music. I don't even want to, because hip hop mixtapes, they rhyme over other people's music and stuff.
True.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that. I'd rather do an EP and then like 5 songs and then just put it out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's ultimately what I want to do. I want to try to get on some kind of platform where I'm getting notoriety, people really liking my music.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to perfect my sound. I'm still trying to, but I think I pretty much got it in hand. I just need to, go to the studio and finish up these projects. And
okay. Do you have a studio you've worked with in the past, or one that you're looking at?
I only work with just my group. That's it. A couple of cats around the city, but not a lot.
Okay. Do you have like a practice space or somewhere that you do this at, or is it really just kind of mobile and you can do it anywhere?
Do it anywhere, basically.
Okay.
All right. But as far as with my music and stuff, I have a studio and I have my program, and then I have a studio downstairs, so I can just go make my music, go downstairs, go in my booth, rap,
Right.
Yeah, in-house, basically.
Okay. No, that is very handy. I used to have that when I had a basement. Now I have an actual place that I go to, but now I have a group to do that with. So we kind of need to be somewhere where we can make noise. Now, last time I spoke to you too, I wanted to ask this before we kind of wrap things up today. You were working on a movie last time I spoke to you, and I kind of wanted to check in with you on that. I wanted to ask you about this movie you were working on. Now, for people who hadn't heard about this, what's this? Tell people about the movie first of all.
It's a musical. Actually, I'm working on 2 movies: the He-Man movie and my musical for my music.
Okay.
But it's a musical called Player's Heart. And basically, no, I'm not done with it.
Okay.
I'm like 75% done with the script.
All right.
It's just been rough trying to do all these different things. Well, Tom.
Yeah, I know.
You know how it goes. It's just a lot of stuff you want to do, and then you don't.
I like to keep busy. Well, I know.
Yeah. And me, I just be scattered. Okay, I need to do this day. let me do this. I'm going to write this day. I'm going to edit
Hmm.
this day. I'm going to make some music this day. So it's my brain just be a lot.
Yeah, and that's the musical you're talking on. You're
Yeah,
talking about,
yeah,
right? Okay,
yeah.
now tell me about this He-Man one because I feel like I don't know about this one. What's this He-Man one that you're
Now,
talking
he
about?
managed with the action figures. I'm going to make a,
Okay, I did know about it. All right, yes.
yeah,
Tell
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Tell me more about it. Explain it to the people.
Yeah, it's just stop motion. But I'm gonna put a little stop motion in it, but it's just gonna be a complete movie on how I would have did He-Man on how, and I got all the action figures, so it's gonna be an epic 2 hour toy movie with
Yes.
everything in it. It's gonna be rugged, rough, and dark. It's gonna be
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be.
All right. That I think
Yeah.
that was the one that we had talked about last time. Now, what is your process so far as doing the stop motion? Do you have other people helping you with it, or are you really just doing it
No.
by yourself? No?
Yeah,
What is wrong with you, man?
yeah,
Get some helpers.
yeah, right. Yes, I do need helpers. I'll be trying, hey, can you come over, and help me out with this? And then
Yeah.
it fakes out. So I'm so used to I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do it myself. But usually I
Mhm.
do it by myself. And that stop motion just takes so long,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
long
At
process.
least at least when I do hand drawn animation, most of the programs make it so that the in betweening they do it for you. With stop motion, there is no they do it for you sort of thing that you can
Right,
do
right,
when you're
right,
doing that
right.
type of
So you
stuff.
got yeah, man. It's rough.
How
But
how much of it have you shot so far, or are you still in the script stages for that one
for
too?
the He-Man,
Yeah.
I got 40% of it shot.
Get
Now
out
I
of
had
here!
a
Really?
computer shutdown, which I lost the footage. Yeah, it was a mess, man. But I lost all the
Oh
footage. I couldn't bring it back up. But I do have the files on my video cards. So now I got to go back and do it all over. But
no, man.
40% done. And then it stopped. Once that happened, it stopped me. I'm like, you know, how when them computers break
Yep.
down on you, you got important stuff, and it just took the momentum out of me. But I'm
I've
coming back.
you at least still have them on the video cards. I've got stuff that has been like suddenly it's just corrupted, or suddenly just my whatever laptop or external hard drive I was using just decided it was done. And it was like,
Right.
oh, nope, that's gone. And so I like to delude myself by going, oh, I'm sure there was nothing important on there anyway, but I know that's not true. I know that I just lost something, but it's like if I can't remember it, it didn't exist until I think of it like a year ago. Wait, wasn't I doing something with this? And then it's like, oh, that was what was on there. Anyway, let's not dwell on that. So you have a new single that you sent me too that you have finished recently, and it's called, I believe it's called I Like That in You.
I like that in you. Yeah.
There you go. I
I'll
got it
be,
right. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I'll be shooting that video on the 4th. A woman friend of mine is coming in town, so I'll be shooting that. I can't wait. I play a nerd, getting bullied, trying
Oh,
to get the
okay.
girl, and at the end, I get the girl. But yeah, that's going to be concept with the video. But yeah, that's
Nice.
sort of, I like that in you. Yeah, it's just basically about a woman that I really like, and I'm trying to pursue her.
Okay. And I will
So,
say one of the best
just felt
things,
like a little love song too.
yeah. And one of the best things about the way you are releasing though is that I really do like the videos that you do with these songs. And I think that is pretty cool. Uh, Listening to these songs while watching the videos because you also have more of a visual mind. So you express what you've been saying through the visions that you had while you were writing it. And I think it's cool that you're able to control both of those things
Yeah,
as
oh yeah,
far as
yeah,
what
thank
expressions
you.
you want to do.
Yeah,
So now, if people wanted to check these things out, where could they go visit your or see your videos online?
they can go to Mo Media, check them out. It's on a playlist, StepDaddyMone, Player's Heart, and you'll see all the videos.
And that's Moan Media on YouTube,
on
correct?
YouTube.
Yep. All right. Well, Damone, I want to thank you so much for talking with me again. It's always great to see you.
All right, Tom. Thank you. I appreciate it.